So in this video, we are going to learn the looping statements and some other concepts of JavaScript and what is the difference between for loop, while loop, and do while loop, how to use that for loops, and some examples I will going to you, and some JavaScript definitions with that we are going to learn in this today's video. So basically, I have created my HTML docs and JavaScript docs and I have connected. Then in this one, we are going to learn for loop. First, before that, we will go for the definition and examples of that one. So this is the looping statement. So in the looping statement, we are having for loop, while loop, and do while loop. These three, what are the use cases of these three means? They are having their perspectives. So in that, for loop is having one different case, and while loop is having different case, and do while loop is having different case. So for loop, how to use that one? This is the basic syntax I have written here. You can see, and in the for loop and while loop and do while loop. So what is the difference in between them? And here, just I have written the syntax of this one. So we will see the proper definition for this one in gigs for gigs or somewhere other example. So I already have checked here. So proper definition. So in this one, you can see a difference between for loop, while loop, and do while loop in programming languages. So basically, for loop, while loop, and do while loop are different loops in programming. A for loop is used when the number of iterations is known. A while loop runs as long as condition is true. A do while loop runs at least once and then continue if the condition is true. This means uh, here for the while loop, this much you can you need to read. A for loop is used when the number of iterations we is known. So basically, from where we need to start and where we need to end. So this is for loop. They mean to say, and then where while loop. What definition means? A while loop runs as long as condition is true. So this is here also we are having. We don't write the same thing in this entire code in the same line. So what we are going to do means here. First, we are going to write the condition and write the starting point and checking the condition afterwards. Where in the do while loop, suppose what we are doing here, first we are incrementing the number, then afterwards we are checking that. You can see the syntax that one here in my example in the notes. Here, first what we have done, we have written a do while loop. First, what we have did, we have incremented a number. But what we have did laterwards, we are checking that. Means at least you want to run one time, then we should use do while loop. So if we want to run at least one time for the loop, then we should use do while loop. If we know the proper starting point and ending point, and here you can see from I is to 0 and I greater than equal to less than equal to 5. Something like that I have written. So we need to check and increment every time with I plus plus. So if you want to decrement, add I minus minus. So this is how you can write. And then here I'm going to write one example. First, for loop we are going to start for, and make sure that if you do any small mistake in this for loop, then it will go for the infinite loop. Then it will be affected to your browser. So that don't do that one. And always whenever you're using the for loop, check within a second that it's running or not, adding a console. Then go for the further code. Then I is an equal to 5 equal to 0. Then I plus plus, and then console dot log of I. Okay, this much we have written, and go to the browser, and you can see here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here from 0 it has been started. You can start from 1 and give less than equal to 0. Just then check for the loop condition is going to is correct or not, and then you can make like this also. It We should start from 1, then I should be less than or equal to 5, and then I plus plus, then go for this one. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to read in the minus in the reverse direction, in the sense 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so then I equal to 5, I less than or equal to 1, and then I minus minus. if you do any one small mistake also, that will be so much affected to the browser. So don't do that. You can see this 5 4 3 2 1. So this is the for loop basic example I have given, and I will give you some questions to solve. So with that, you can get updated with the for loop and while loop. So then we are having while loop. Before that, uh, before adding while loop, we should add one variable, let I equal to 0. Then condition is here, I less than or equal to 5, and then console.log of I, and then I plus plus. Then go to the browser and check here. From 0 it is getting run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can run from 1 also. That's your kind. You can do the same thing with the reverse order. I equal to 5, and then I greater than equal to, check that conditions and continue with that. And then we are having do while loop. So I will remove this one. So then it will be affected to that do while also. Let I equal to 0. Next do while. In this you can see condition here. We are adding the condition up to uh, 0 only. So that it should not run for at least once also. Now you can see here, previously what we have did from 0 we have started and end up to 5. But what we want to do, we want to print at least only once. So then you can see here it has been printed only for one. If I do the same thing with the for loop, do it print or not, we will check. For I equal to 0, I greater than 0, then I plus plus, and then console.log of I. Do you think it will print? It will not print. It will not at all. It will try to print. But the if we do the same thing with the for do while loop, it will print at least once as a 0. So this is the main difference for the while and do while and for loop. So these are the things you need to learn, and make sure that whenever you are going to write, if you are going to increment, add increment, and if you are going to decrement, add greater than symbol, use the greater than less than symbol properly. So don't misunderstand that one. And apart from that, I'm going to give you one small example to solve that one. And here, okay, next, the upcoming video, we are going to learn some important topics of JavaScript only. That is conditional statement, if else, and else if. So these are the some of the JavaScript important topics, and based on this one, some examples I am going to give so that you can solve and understand the concepts properly. Thanks for watching the video.